Hello, my friends. I'm your life coach, Deb Penner with Drops in the Bucket, and this is your Tuesday Thought Twist, your opportunity to become a more mindful manager of your beautiful human brain. I have a big thought twist for you today. I have been working on my presentations for my women's retreat that comes up this weekend. And one of those presentations is about boundaries. So I've been giving a lot of thought over the last week or so to boundaries. So that's what our thought today is about. But I do want to give you just a little heads up that this is a big one. If we usually come together in this space and we twist your thoughts like a quarter turn, today we're like spinning the dial around 2 or 3 times. So that being said, if the thought that I offer you today seems impossible for you right now, if you just can't wrap your mind around it, if it's just like, no, it's okay. This is a big twist. So if you hear what I say today and you're not ready for that to be your truth, it's totally all right. Come back to it in a month or a year or a decade when you suddenly think, maybe that blonde girl wasn't quite as crazy as I thought she was. So here it is, laying it on you, high level thought twist today. Respecting your boundaries is no one's responsibility but yours. Other people do not have a responsibility to respect your boundaries. Other people have free will. They have the right to choose how they proceed in their life. And those rights extend to their ability to choose to disrespect your boundaries. What? It's true. The ultimate responsibility for respecting your boundaries lies entirely with you. So if there is someone in your world who is not respecting your boundaries, it is your responsibility to deal with that situation. It's not their responsibility to change and respect your boundaries. I'm going to give you a little helpful bit of information here to help you navigate this in your life, to help you actually bring this into the 3D world that you live in. If there is someone in your life who is consistently disrespecting your boundaries, one of several things is true. The first one is you have not identified and clearly communicated your boundary. So that may be your truth. This person may be disrespecting your edges because you don't know where those edges are, or because you know that you haven't said it out loud. So first possibility is you have not clearly identified and communicated your boundaries. Second possibility is you have communicated your boundaries, but you've not offered any sort of a response that you're going to take when your boundaries are violated. So maybe you have said, hey, Carl, it's not okay with me when you talk over me in meetings. Okay, that's half of a boundary. Technically, my friends, that's a request. When you state a boundary that does not include a response, which is commonly referred to as a consequence, it's not my favorite word, but when you state a boundary that doesn't have a response or a consequence attached to it, you have made a request. In order to actually make this a boundary, you then need to also communicate what you will do if this personal line is crossed. Hey, Carl, it's not okay with me when you talk over me in meetings. If you continue to do that, I'm going to take this to our supervisor. That's a boundary. So first possibility is you haven't identified or communicated your boundary. Second possibility is you have not communicated a response that you're going to take when your boundary line is crossed. Third possibility is you have spoken a response or consequence, but you're not following up on it. So Carl keeps talking over you. You keep telling Carl that you're going to take it to your supervisor, but you don't do it. So again, it's not Carl's job to respect your boundary. It's your job to respect your boundary. So when you have clearly communicated, hey, this is my boundary and this is what I'm going to do when you cross it, it's your responsibility to do the thing that you said you were going to do when your edges get violated. So that's your third possibility. Now, your fourth possibility, this is the one that's like, we're going to turn the knob a whole nother 360 degrees right here, okay? Because you may have done all of those things, and there still may be someone in your life who is consistently disrespecting your boundaries. In that case, it is your responsibility to alter or sever that relationship. Thanks, Rosie. Rosie says, I love this. It makes sense. My boundary, my responsibility. You. So true, right? It's so much easier, guys. It's so much easier to be angry at someone else because they're not respecting your boundary. So that's why this thought twist is really important. And that's what makes it really high level, is because this is a very serious component of personal responsibility. We have to be willing to do really potentially difficult, uncomfortable, challenging, earth-shaking, life-changing things to take responsibility for this. So that final possibility is you have done all the things around your boundary that are your responsibility. And now, because you've done that, you now can say for certain, Carl is never going to respect my boundaries. So now it's on me to decide, how am I going to pay ultimate homage to my edges by changing or severing my relationship with Carl? That's my job. It's not Carl's job. It would be lovely if Carl would be a decent human being and respect my boundaries. But Carl has his own stuff going on. So it really isn't even fair to put a judgment on this other person and say they're bad or they're not a decent human being or they're not responsible. We don't know what Carl's story is. We have no idea. And it doesn't matter because that's not our responsibility. Our responsibility is our own boundaries. So quick recap, your boundaries, 100% your responsibility. No one else holds a responsibility for respecting your boundaries. It's all on you. And you need to respect your boundaries enough to recognize if you're with someone who is consistently violating those edges, whether you're with them personally or professionally, it is on you to change or end that relationship. And that, my friends, that piece right there, that's the proving ground for whether you deeply and truly respect your own boundaries. This was a big one. Let me know what you think. Let me know what feels easy about this. Let me know what feels hard about it. If you have questions about boundaries, if you would like support in creating and communicating boundaries in your life, let's talk. Remember, you can always talk with me for free. The easiest way to do that is just to go to my website, which is drops, DROPS, with Deb.com. Right there on the homepage, scroll down just a little bit and there's a button. It says talk to me. Guess what happens if you push it? You get to talk to me. So we can talk about boundaries or any of the other things that we discuss in the Tuesday Thought Twist. I would love to hear from you either here or on the phone. Have a wonderful day, a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next Tuesday.